Hello to you all. Welcome to another tool review. This time, as by the title of this video, I am actually repeating myself a little bit with a similar tool that I actually showed you not long back in an advice video about testing your brake fluid. Well, I've got another brake fluid tester, and there is a reason. The little pen brake fluid tester that I showed you actually broke on me about a week or so ago, actually testing some brake fluid for somebody else. I decided to actually go for a different product, even though those pens, I had that pen for about 7 years, and the plastic had just broken at the end. More or less, that's me shoving too many tools in my toolbox, and as a result, a big fat thick spanner has decided to take out the end of the plastic. So not the pen's fault, just my fault in being stuffing too many tools away. I'm sure you've had similar incidences in breaking tools by just shoving too much in one toolbox. But this brake fluid tester tool looks a bit more substantial than the pen. I actually quite like the look of it, and it only cost about £14. So let's take a look at it. But before I head over there to the tool, I will just make one thing very clear. I've been very clear in a number of my streams that I will not sponsor any particular tool manufacturer. Okay, if I'm approached by somebody, it has to be on a case-by-case basis. But overall, I want my tool reviews and my channel to be free from influence. That may change later on, but it will not be in a way that will affect my reviews. And I was contacted by a tool manufacturer from the Far East launching a load of diagnostic gear. And I think I mentioned this in a video about a few weeks ago now at least. But basically, that tool manufacturer contacted me asking me, look, we're looking for testers in the UK to test this product. Would you be happy to do one? And I thought, okay, absolutely fine. I'll make an honest review of this product. Brilliant. What the process is, you have to buy the product, which I knew, okay, have it delivered, and then basically make a review of it, post it up, send us the link to the post, and we will refund you the whole cost of buying the tool. And I thought, well, that's absolutely fantastic. So off I went to actually plan when to actually do this, buy the product. But then I looked at another message they sent me. They said, just put a 5-star review on Amazon. That's what I was told to do. I was literally told, I literally took it the wrong way. I was told to put a 5-star review on Amazon of a product that I haven't even tested yet to get my money back. Now, I am not going to mention this brand whatsoever because I think their tools are really good. Their diagnostic stuff is really good. And quite frankly, they wouldn't need to actually tell people to do that, but they are. It's absolute fraud. And I have sent those details to Amazon, who will no doubt be contacting that company or maybe even banning them, because I have actually sent all the messages through to Amazon. I cannot believe that is still happening. I'm sorry, but that is absolute fraud. You are creating good, positive 5-star reviews from basically saying, look, there's a good tool. Just put a 5-star review and we'll give you the money back so you got a free tool. That's absolute fraud. No one should be in a position of reviewing a tool where they feel the need. Well, I thought this tool was a 4-star really, but I'll put a 5-star because I get my money back. That is absolutely emotional blackmail in a respect. I mean, no one's forcing you to do it, but it's like, well, of course, if it's a £25, I don't know, battery tester for a start, well, of course you're going to want your money back on that. You're going to want a free tool. Who is going to get lulled into that? So there are so many posts on YouTube, I suspect on YouTube as well, of testers who have basically been told, look, just post a really positive review and you'll get your money back. Just give us a link to the video. And that is happening all the time. So actually, I'm finding it really difficult to actually know what review is genuine and honest and what one it isn't. And a lot of YouTubers are not being funny. You are meant to declare these paid sponsorships or basically, endorsements. And a lot of YouTubers are not doing that. So be very wary about tool reviews. But you can be safe, be assured that the review that I'm going to do today is not a paid sponsorship. It is not biased. It is not influenced in the way that I have just mentioned. It is completely my own opinion. And it is the Kingbolen brake fluid tester, as I showed you in the intro. It is the BF200, and it looks way more substantial than that little plastic pen. Now, this cost about £14 off eBay, and they sell on eBay and Amazon. And it can read, and it's got a replaceable battery design. Well, ideally, you are going to need some AAA batteries. I was looking for these everywhere, and luckily I found 2 of them stashed away. So you are going to need 2 AAA batteries. It has a high resolution screen, a high precision sensor at the end of this sort of flexible tube, which is really handy right there. And it's a multi-type fluid test. Now, I know that the pen, I think it does test .3 and .4, but it doesn't test .5.1. Well, this does. It does all 3 according to this. Just turn this over. So, yeah, it supports all 3. You've got an LCD light on or off, a flashlight, a mode select, a power key, rapid detection with a sound alarm prompt. I believe that's if the brake fluid is has got so much moisture in it that the alarm goes off. Universal probe, twistable, accurate testing with rapid response, easy to handle by one hand, fittable in hand. Goodness me, the Chinese, they do like their words. In order to ensure good braking performance, it is recommended when testing the oil index to reach the range of 3%. Please change the brake fluid in time to protect your driving safety. Oh, God grief, honestly. The language barrier, Chinese going into English, just Mandarin into English is just not a good translation. I have to say, a blister packaging is very, very easy to open. It just opens this way. Okay, take this out. Oh, very easy to get in here. Lovely. All right. It seems quite plasticky. It fits nicely to hand. It is very plasticky. I say made in China, but that is the model number, the BF200, and that's obviously a little alarm there. But there's got this screen protector on it. It's a bit bubbly for some reason. Maybe it's been peeled off and put back on. But yeah, we have quite a few functions. Now, the first thing to do is actually, I have my screwdriver ready, is to just get this little screw out and put some batteries in. Okay. How to put your batteries in. Well, don't do it like that. Don't do it cockeyed. There we go. Oh, we got some alarms going off. That's a... Oh dear. Yep. Let's put that case back on. Ooh, okay. It's got a nice little beat to it. Presumably that's because I'm pressing the buttons on the other side. Right, so let's go into the menu. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a very, very nice screen. I have to say, high resolution. They weren't joking. Usually with this sort of thing, you get these cheap LED dot matrix stuff. But now we've got a nice little LCD backlit screen. That's a much better improvement over the old dot matrix that you find on really cheap tools. So we have 0.5, 1, 2 is okay, bit of moisture, and then 3 and 4 warning. And I think we've got these, you can't really say, oh yes you can. If I just turn it like that, you got the bars. So .3, .4, .5. Right, so if I just press, let's go into the menu. Oh, the menu, right. So it tells you how much battery we've got, which is a good sign. Just don't know. I know when the batteries need changing, which is another thing I like about this tool now. And .5.1. So we're going to test .4 anyway. And then we got this, which is, I think, the light. Yeah, so that's what it is. That's really handy in the dark. Hello. And then you got the S, which is the backlight. Yep, so if you just want to save a bit of power during the daytime, but obviously I'm going to put the light on in the dark, or if I'm doing a video like now. Right, so I suppose we better get outside and test the car. Right, we are under the bonnet of the Rover. and we are going to test the fluid. Now this flexible tube, I have to say, is really useful if you've got a car with the brake fluid reservoir in a really awkward spot, like sort of further down. This would be really, really useful. But anyway, it's all on. I'm just going to take the just pop it down there. Just going to take the cap off. Okay, right, there's plenty of brake fluid in there, so we're going to try and submerge that sensor in the brake fluid. Okay. Oh, right, it's flickering. There we go, that's right in there. And it was flickering just now. Wow, look at that. The reason it's probably flickering is because of how little moisture is in this brake fluid. Remember, we have flushed the brake fluid on this thing so well that is literally flickering. I'm assuming that that's how it would normally work. It would be steady bars if you had a bit more moisture, but literally I think the reason it's not lighting up at all, barely at all, is because there's hardly any moisture at all. Lovely. Right, give that a bit of a clean. Nicely done. Just put the cap back on. Well, I think, to be honest with you, I need to test it on a car with brake fluid that actually isn't so good. But I have got a feeling that this thing is a lot more accurate than the pen tester. I mean, it goes up so many bars, whereas the pen tester only had a dot for 0%, a dot for 1, dot for 2, dot for 3, dot for 4, 5 dots. But this has got like 10. In fact, if I count the number, there's actually 12 bars. So it's far more accurate in registering the level of moisture in the brake fluid than actually the other pen tester. So I would actually recommend this. I am going to be using this fair on. If I do use it, I will use it in a video. So apart from a slightly dubious result, but I would say it's down to the fact that there is just no moisture in the brake fluid because the amount of new brake fluid in the system. But as I say, it's one of them things. But I hope that this may not just give you another option of what you could buy. I mean, you have the option of the cheap £5-6 pen tester, or the £14 more technical brake fluid test. In fact, I think this is one of the most technical brake fluid testers you're ever going to see. I mean, it's just testing moisture, that's all it is, but it looks quite high tech for what it is. But if you need one, it is the BF200 Kingbolen. You can find them on eBay and Amazon, and I would probably recommend this, but I need to be certain by testing another car. But anyway, you take care, guys. I will see you very soon. Good way of detecting if my water is actually got water in it. Bloody hell, it's another blooming episode. Those subscribers are so demanding. Oh, I've just put brake fluid into that blasted thing. Got a drink out of this.